Hello, in this video we're going to create isometric shape number 2 in Autodesk Inventor. On this one, again we're using Autodesk Inventor, and we're going to start by creating this front face we see here. So if you're in Inventor, you're on a new part, we need to start a 2D sketch. I'm going to put mine on the XY plane, and I'm going to start by creating this front face I see here. So I'm going to go all the way down, count down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 8 by 4, I'm going to do that whole rectangle right there. To do that, I can just use our rectangle tool and click in this near corner, and I set 8 across, so I'm going to just type in 8, hit tab, and then 4 tall, so I'm going to type in a 4 and hit enter. And now it creates my rectangle. If I zoom out, you can see that rectangle we created. Then I'm going to finish sketch, and now I need to add my depth to that object. So if we count how far back it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go 6 back by hitting extrude. Clicking on that object, you can zoom out to see it better, and our distance we want is 6. So that gives us our overall rectangular prism shape. Now we need this cutout on the top. So there's a variety of ways you could go about doing it. We're just going to sketch out the shape on top and then extrude it down the 1, 2 it goes. So to do that, again, we're going to have to start a sketch. So we go back to Inventor, starting a 2D sketch, and we want to sketch it from the top of the object. So I'm going to go on top of my object. To match the orientation that we kind of see on our object, I'm just going to hit the cube on the top and rotate it so it matches the orientation I kind of see here. So if we count the spaces we go, I'm just going to do a rough sketch of it, and then we're going to dimension it to locate the exact positioning of it. So to do that, I can see it's kind of a trapezoidal shape. It does go in this top corner, so that's where I'm going to start at though. So I can see the top corner, and then it goes over 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go over 3 on the top, and then roughly sketch the rest of the object. So that's how I'm going to create this sketch on the top. So I'm going to use lines. I know from this top corner, I'll get the green dot. I go over, keep it directly on that line, and I want 3. Hit enter. From there, I know it goes across to the other side. I'm going to go at an angle. I don't want it to lock in any specific angle. I don't want a constraint right now, but I do want it to go on the line. Once it's on that line, then it goes over a set distance. I'm not going to worry about the exact distance right now. We'll set that up here in a second with constraints. I could go through and look at the distance, but we'll do that with the constraints. I'm just going to click. Once that object's placed, again, I'm going to create my outline of my shape by going on to the far line and then connecting and close my shape out. Right now you can see it doesn't match the exact shape, but that's okay. That's why we have this dimensioning tool to help us out. So if I count, I can see this corner. I go back 1, 2 to get to that line. So I'm going to dimension this yellow line here by going from the corner to this dot, and I'm going to list that as 2. Type in 2 and hit enter. Then as I continue down that side, I can see it goes an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to continue down that line, and again I'm dimensioning still, and I'm going to make that next section 5. So I'm going to click on the 2 corners and make that distance a distance of 5. Hit enter. So that gives me this bottom side. Now I need to do the same thing on this far side. So if I look at my triangular portion, I only need to do one side or the other because it's going to total up to my total distance. So if I look, I can do 1, 2, 3 on either side. It splits it directly in half, so I can do 3 on either side. So again, I'm still dimensioning. I'm just going to click on corner to corner on my purple line. I could just as easily do the other line, but in this case I'm going to use the purple one. I'm going to type in 3 and hit enter. Now that sets my line in place. You can see it's fully constrained. It's set in place. We got purple lines. That's a good sign for us. Then I'm going to hit finish sketch. And finally, I need to do an extrude cut. So I'm just going to click extrude. Click on the shape I just drew, inside the shape I just drew. I want to cut it, so I got to click the second option down, cut. And I only want to go down 2. If you remember, we go down 2 from that sketch. So we go down 2, and that creates my object for me. So if we look back at our sketch, we should be able to match up to the shape we see on our ISO. So we have the ISO, we have triangle in front, this shape in the back, and it's up 2 throughout. And that does match our shape, so that's what we're looking for there. Hopefully this helps. Good luck as you create shape number 2.